Hi there, hello everybody, and welcome to yoga. Yoga for anxious types, which probably means all of us right now. And I'd like to start by clarifying with the bell, the sound of the bell. Great. Welcome everybody. And I thought it might be a nice way to start today with a breath practice. So just bring your hands together, maybe just bring them to your heart centre and just connect with your heart there for a moment. And this is a lovely simple little breathing practice which brings you a bit of focus and clarity. So to start with, we're going to make, keeping the sides of the hands together, make it like a flower. We're going to open the fingers as wide as possible and just looking down into your own little flower as if you're going to breathe in this beautiful smell. So breathing in, and as you breathe out, the fingers come together and as if you're blowing out a candle, like a very small space, very long out breath. Good. So breathing in and then breathing out, blowing out the candle. Breathing in, smelling the flower, filling the body with air, breathing out, blowing out the candle. And again, breathing in and blowing out the candle. Let's try one more. Good. Okay. Coming to our feet. If you're not already on your feet, for meeting the energy with the energy. If you are feeling anxious, then you're probably quite high energy. So we meet that energy rather than trying to, put a block on it or trying to dampen it down, because that's just fighting with it. Instead, we're going to meet it. So, an energizer and a kind of focusing your energy. You bring your sides of your feet together, bring your legs together. As you inhale, you lift your arms up and you bring your arms together, palms together. Even if you prefer, you can always interlink the fingers. And then, still inhaling, push up off the toes and hold the breath for a moment. And then, as you breathe out through the nostrils, you slowly lower the arms down and you come back down with the heels. We'll do this a couple more times. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Hold the breath in. Squeeze the legs together, squeeze the arms together. And breathe out slowly and smoothly. Through the nostrils preferably, but if you're finding it difficult, you just do that, blowing out the candle breath. Breathing in. Inhaling strongly, squeeze everything together, squeeze and hold the breath in, and then breathing out slowly and smoothly. Bring your heels back down to earth. Good way to balance the energy out. You put your right hand onto your left shoulder and sweep from the left shoulder down to the right hip. We just do that 3 times, nice and smoothly. This is a great little tip. Do this every day, every morning, and it's just gets a nice little buzz and connects up the sides of the body, sides of the brain. Really important. Another one. Let's pummel the chest with the fingers or soft fists. Some people like to slap a little bit, but I like this more pointy fingers. And come right down in the middle of the chest here. Very important energy points here. Keep breathing in and out. And a very important point here, just the collarbone. There's 2 little dips here. You put your thumb and your first finger and just rub there. Not too hard. It's just engaging with it. Breathing all the time. Inhaling through the nostrils, exhaling through the nostrils. Good. And then again, one of my favourite ones. Just backs of the hands, pummel the lower back, the whole area, wherever it feels good actually. Just waking up the energy, giving a good feeling. Yeah, and if you haven't got someone to rub your back, this is actually, it's not as good, but it's a good second best. Better than nothing. And then you take those backs of the hands and the knuckles and just rub either side of the lower back, the lower spine. It feels good. Let's get the energy, this Kundalini energy, rising up through the central channel. Breathing in, breathing out. And let's just take the feet nice and wide apart. Nice bendy knees. And just come into these Tai Chi twists, just to loosen everything up, even out all that energy. Arms are nice and floppy, body is just turning centrally on its central axis. Look right behind you. As your body faces forward, bend into the knees, make it springy and active, the whole body is involved. Breathing all the time, in and out through the nostrils. Come to a slow stop. Let's get the legs a little bit more moving, so you can take the hands to the hips and bring the heel to the bottom. Move the legs really quickly. Yeah. Keep breathing, in and out through the nostrils. I like having the hands on the hips because it gives me a sense of balance and also encourages me to open the chest, keep the shoulders down, away from the ears, lifting the chest. Abs have got a bit of focus there. Good. And then lifting the knees really high, moving those legs really quickly as if you are that lizard on the hot sand. Remember that one? When it's kind of like, yeah, you don't want to touch the ground, it's so hot. Good. It makes you laugh then, good, that's releasing some tension. Let's take the legs out to the side as well. Open up the side body, breathing in and out through the nostrils. Good. Breathe, breathe. Give your body some breath. Yeah. A lot of the time we're either breathing very shallowly or breathing in and not breathing out. Going around all day holding that breath in. Lifting the knee up and opening out to the side. So we just open up the hip a little bit. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. Good. Enjoy the feeling in your body, connecting with your body. And just to finish our limbering section, why not do a half breath? Again, I would recommend this on its own. Do it first thing in the morning, release any tension. In fact, do it any time of day. So feet to hips width apart. As you breathe in, you lift the arms up. It's a strong inhale, so it's filling the body with air. It's almost like lifting off the ground. Look up, and as you breathe out, all out through the mouth, ha! Everything is coming out on that ha breath, okay? Make it really strong. Ha! Bend the knees, let the arms swing heavily. Catch your necks. In-breath, inhale, strong, full in-breath. Ha! Empty everything out. If you empty everything out, the fresh new in-breath can be much bigger. Good. And as you breathe that nice breath out, think of anything that you don't need today, anything that's in the way, any obstacles, any big immovable forces or seemingly big immovable forces, or thoughts or worries or concerns. Just blow that all out through the pipes. Good. Just for now, you know. One more. So how do you feel? Good? Yes. A bit more vital. I definitely feel much more energised, much more even, brighter, which is the key thing. We're going to stand at the front of the mat. We're going to come into a warrior 2, which requires a big step back. So just make sure your feet are hips width apart, parallel feet. Lift the toes, place them down, soften the knees. Lift the chest, bright and alive, put the weight onto the left foot and take a big step back with the right foot. Or you can take a couple of steps. Now making sure your hips are level with the long edge of the mat. That right foot is just slightly pointing forwards, not at a right angle, okay? Now breathing in, we breathe in and lift the arms, but also think about lifting and elevating the whole chest. As you breathe out, keep that elevation, keep the length in the body. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in. Look down the left arm. As you breathe out, you're going to bend into that left knee. Make sure it's going in the same direction as your toes. So if that feels too much, you know, rather than have the knee falling in, just slightly change the angle of the toes. It's important that the toes and the knee are going in the same direction, okay? Good. And at the same time as that knee's coming forward, you need to, with equal effort, push back into that back foot. And also the effort is between the fingertips. This is kind of not very interesting arms, and this is beautiful, energised arms, extending continually. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils, keep sinking down a little bit centrally there. Now come up on the in-breath, lower the arms on the out-breath, bend into the right knee, and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Good. Breathe in and out. You don't need to change ends, by the way. It's just so I'm facing you when I step back. Just reset, check your feet, bring your weight into the right foot, big step back with the left foot, or however many steps it takes. Check that your hips are level with the long edge of the mat. Breathe in, extend up, breathe out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, extend between the fingertips. Breathe out, look down that right arm and bend into the right knee, checking that you can see the big toe on the inside of that knee. Okay? All the time, extending. Think about even the neck is extending away from the centre. Think of the centre as the belly button. The legs are extending away, arms are extending away, head is extending away. Beautiful. So it's like this lovely warrior, strong, expanded, but balanced. Good. Good. Breathe. Come up on the in-breath. Lower the arms on the out-breath. Bend into the left knee. Bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Give the legs a little shake there. Now just set yourself again with a wide leg. This time the feet are parallel, both pointing forwards. Nice and wide as you comfortably can. No point being uncomfortable. So we're going to take interlink the fingers behind the back. So this is going to be a very good for opening the chest. Very important to counteract all of this that we do in life. All of this. And heart opening. All the power of the heart. So looking up, breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to bend forwards with a straight back. So you're pivoting from the hips. Keep the legs straight, but keep the knees soft. So we're not locking the knees. We're keeping contact with the feet. And as you bend forwards, let your arms come over as well. Good. Keep breathing. Keep breathing, very important. In and out. Let the arms just gradually relax forwards. Don't push them, don't force them. If you are pushing or forcing, then you are not practicing yoga. In fact, you're breaking the first rule, the fundamental rule, which is non-violence. You know, ahimsa. Good. Just release there. Now just let the arms relax onto the back and then let the arms come down to the feet and let the hands come to the centre or the fingertips. So come onto the fingertips in between the feet. Breathing in, look forwards. Come up onto the fingertips, straight back and then forward bending. Bringing the body down. Now we'll take the hands to the hips. Again, lift the gaze so you've got a nice straight back looking forwards, strong in the belly, strong in the buttocks, strong in the legs. Keep lifting the elbows. If it feels strong on your back, then place your hands on your lower back to support it, because we're going to breathe out here. And on the inhale, come up to standing. Good. Just bring the feet slightly more together here, just so it's a little bit more comfortable. And we're going to come into a ragdoll, but with a slightly wide leg. This is a releasing, restoring posture, okay? So you need to bend your knees to begin with, bring your chin to your chest, let the hands just slide down the legs to begin and let them just hang forwards. Feel the weight of the head, calming forwards. Keep breathing in and out. Let your hands just rest on the ground, or if you want to hold your elbows, or if it feels too much, you can rest your elbows on your knees and let your head hang. It's most important that it feels restful. Knees are bent. Most importantly, knees are bent. So that the legs have to work here, but the upper body is completely zeroed. Nothing's happening. Breathe in through the nostrils, and this is where you sigh out, breathe out through the mouth. Release. Get a nice release in the spine and in the hips here. Breathe in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. And you might want to just walk over to the left a little bit with your hands, see what it's like over there. Or if you're hanging, you can just swing gently. It's very slow. It's not kind of, it's not fast. We do things slowly here. This is what we want to do. And then walk over to the right with your hands. Just seeing how that feels for the legs and the hips and the back. And then now just let the arms hang fully, let the head hang fully. Keep the knees bent. We're going to slowly imagine there's an invisible thread lifting us up from the base of the spine. It's travelling up to the back. Keep the knees bent as long as you can. Leave the arms heavy, leave the head heavy, right to the last moment. And then breathing. Lift the shoulders, place them back. Bring the feet together. Give the legs a little shake. Good start. Well done. And now we're here. Just take a moment. Connecting movement with breath, body with breath. This is great for focusing your mind, because when we engage the body, it takes us much more into our body. And the best way to do that is through the breath, because the breath is always present. So we breathe in, we lift the hands up, we bring the hands together, and then we turn the palms, so the palms are coming down on the exhale. So try and move with your breath. So as you come, and then add to that, when you breathe in, lift up on the toes, lift the heels up, stretch up, and as you breathe out, you're coming back down to earth. So this is really about keeping everything even and smooth and slow as you can. At the beginning you might not find that, and that's okay. You know, start from where you are. Keep your mind focused on keeping the movements aligned with your breath. The breath is in charge here. Inhaling through the nostrils. Palms touch together, turn the palms. As you exhale through the nostrils, you're coming down slowly. See the slow, steady movement. There's no kind of suddenly moving. It's slow. As you inhale slowly, it's like a balloon filling up with air. And turn the palms are coming down on the exhale, the heels are coming down slowly, so you really have to use your feet as well. One more, breathing in, make it strong, the palms are coming up to the skies, coming together above your head, lifting up off the heels and slowly down. See if you can make that really super slow, all the way down. Good. Take a moment there. Let's come into another standing posture. So dancer is a balance. Let's see how our balance is. So maybe that moving and breathing might have just brought you into a bit more balanced state. And you don't have to do the whole posture if you don't want to. You can just do the early part, which is still requiring balance. So put the weight onto your left foot to begin with. See how that feels. The standing leg, I always like to have it slightly bent to begin with. The leg has to work harder, but your centre of gravity is a bit lower. Then we take hold of the right foot with the right hand. So that knee is bent. If you can't reach the foot, because that's too strong an angle, you can always keep hold of your trouser leg. So that's a good start. You know, wherever you are, like I said, start from where you are. And if you're finding it very difficult to balance, find a wall, something steady, like the screen, or a chair, to put your hand on, just to give yourself a bit of ease there. Don't grip the ground with the toes, even though you might really want to. Breathing in, lift the left arm up. Lift the chest, lengthen the whole body, straighten up through the leg. And as you breathe out, you're going to lean forward the body, not just the arm. The body is going with that arm. And make a little mudra, connect the thumb with the first finger, spread the other fingers out wide like a sunshine. And then you can take that, once you've found that lean forward, you can start to take the right toe up, away, or the right heel away from the bottom. So again, this lovely open chest, back bend there. Breathe. Come up on the in-breath. Lower the arm first of all on the out-breath, and then slowly lower that right leg down. Give the legs a good shake. Yes, opening the chest. So back bend. Always with back bends or forward bends, lengthen the spine first of all. So we'll put the weight onto the right foot. Alternate hand position I'm going to show you, because quite often we have this external, so the hands on the outside of the foot. I really like the inside grip with the thumb going back, because it stops my hip coming out to the side. It keeps that level. But you can try that, whichever you prefer. So get the weight into the right foot, find something for your eyes to focus on, keep them still, keep breathing in and out, ungrip the toes, breathe in, lift that right arm up, connect the thumb with the first finger of that right hand, breathing out, reaching forward with the arm and the body is bending forwards, and then start to take that left heel away from the buttock. It's that dynamic that will help the balance, that real extension. Every balance has that dynamic in it, somewhere. Breathe. Open the chest. Breathe. Don't forget you can also put your hand against the wall if you need to, for your balance. Come up on the in-breath. Lower the arm on the out-breath. And lower the leg. Give those legs a good shake. Let's just take a moment here to come into ragdoll. This time just a regular ragdoll, so the feet are hips width apart and parallel. This is a great posture. You can do this any time of day. It's a brilliant restoration. bringing the chin to the chest. So we're just allowing the weight of the head to be felt. Bend the knees to begin here. Hands are just sliding down the thighs. Feel the weight of the head is pulling you to the ground. Checking your feet are not gripping. The feet are open. The legs are working hard, but the upper body is totally relaxed. Let it hang forwards. Take your choice of hands on the ground, holding the elbows, or the elbows on the knees. See if you can experience the weight of your head, breathing in through the nostrils, strongly, and sighing out through the mouth. Feel the weight of the head. Relax the neck. You don't need to look up and look around. Really let it go. Keep the knees bent all the time. Now imagine there's a thread, or how I like to think about the sun shining on the base of your spine. This beautiful, warm, sunny glow is travelling up through the centre of your body, up through the spine, up through the nervous system, and just blasting it with warmth and energy, so you just cannot fail just to lift up like a little flower lifts up to the sun. It's just coming up through its stalk, all that energy, all that nature. That's a nice image, I like it. So, let's take a moment here, standing nice and steady, feet in a comfortable position, about hips width. Lift the toes, place them down. Just feel your body a little bit. This is a nice moment just to connect with ourselves, connect with our breath, and connect with gratitude. Very powerful practice. You can do this every day. Very focusing and taking us into our heart space. So soft knees. As you breathe in, you lift the arms up, bring the hands together, look up to where your hands are going, and now we're just going to bring the hands into the heart centre. Breathing and moving again. It's really key. Inhaling, lift the arms up, look up to where the hands are going to keep your mind focused on what you're doing. If you just move your arms and you're kind of looking around your mind will be somewhere else. So just watch where your hands are going. The hands come to the heart centre. The arms reach up, look up to where they're going. And looking up has an impact as well on how we feel. You know, if we walk around looking down at the ground, often our mood can go down. So looking up, notice how it feels looking up. I instantly feel this uplift. So this is where the gratitude comes in. As you breathe in, lifting the palms up, and just bring to mind anything you feel grateful for today. Maybe there's just one thing, maybe there's loads of things, but 3 is a good number, right? Inhaling and exhaling. And not just the thing, whether it's an object, a person, a feeling, something you saw or experienced today. I got the buds on my orchid are making me very grateful and happy, so I'm just thinking about those right now. But it's not just the object, it's not just the buds on the orchid, it's how it makes you feel. So just see if you can just feel how that feels in your body. And acknowledge, where is that in my body? Is it in my belly? Is it in my chest? Is it in my head, behind my eyes, in my throat, in my feet? And what does it feel like? Is it fizzing? Is it fiery? Is it tranquil? What is that feeling? This is the power of the gratitude. It's in the feeling, I believe. And then we'll just do a last couple. This is really increasing your receptivity to everything that you need. So this is where you might want to bring to mind, what do I need today? As I lift the arms up to the universe and just draw what I need into my body, into my heart centre. Do I need love, friendship, support, recognition, contact, energy, gentleness, whatever do I need? Reach out to that and then just bring that into the heart centre. Take a moment here just to let your hands rest together here. Anjali Mudra, this is called. Yeah, it's a beautiful word, Anjali, angels. So pressing the thumbs to the heart centre to get that real physical connection with your heart, your spiritual heart, your heart centre. Maybe even close your eyes or just soften your gaze so you're looking down gently. Soften your knees, feel your feet on the ground, and just see, how does my heart feel today? And maybe just accepting, acknowledging that heart, feeling, sense, image. And breathing into it. It doesn't need to be any different to how it actually is. And then just let the arms drop. Okay. So with that softness, we're going to bring something strong. Chair posture. So, feet tips width apart, lift the toes, place them down. As you inhale, lift the arms up. Extend the fingers up to the ceiling, but keep the head or the neck in line with those arms. So you're not looking up at the hands, but you're looking directly forwards. And keep that angle. As you breathe out, you're sitting back as if you were sitting back onto a chair behind you. You wouldn't sit back with your knees going forward. So send your bottom back. Your knees, try and keep them above the ankles if you can. Keep extending the arms away. And you should be looking down at the ground as you slowly sit down. So your neck stays in line with your arms. Try and find a position where you can hold. Keep extending the arms up so the body's nice and long. Strong belly, strong buttocks, strong legs. Strong. Make sure the knees aren't splaying out or coming together. Keep them steady. Feel that heat in your thighs. Enjoy. Come up on the in-breath. And it's worth doing because it just feels so much better afterwards. That's a good enough reason, right? Let's try that once more, okay? I know. Come on, dig deep, breathing in, lift the arms up, extend the arms up. As you breathe out, keep the head or neck level with the arms. Sit back, imagine that lovely comfy chair behind you, strong belly. And this is really going to fire up your whole body. Don't grip with the toes, sit back strongly, keep those arms extended in line with the spine. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Keep breathing, this is the key. Use the inhale to come back up, lower the arms down. Okay, so strong as well on the shoulders. So we're just going to lift the shoulders up, breathe in, and out through the mouth. Good, let's try that again, breathe in, and out through the mouth. Good, and try one more there. Good. Let's just roll those shoulders back a little bit as well. Inhaling and exhaling. Notice how much tension gets gathered up in those shoulders, right? So we're really rotating, the shoulders doing the work. There's nothing really else happening. And then forward with those shoulders. Breathing in, breathing out. I like to let my knees join in this as well, so the whole body is kind of like feeling more fluid. Enjoy, enjoy. Let yourself smile. Why not, you know? We're together in this moment. Okay. Half sun salutes. Yes. So these half sun salutes, Surya and Namaskar, don't require any stepping back. You stay in the one spot, and because there are less movements, it means you can really focus on the breath. Which, if you're starting out, when I was first starting sun salutes, it was so many different movements, I just didn't know what my breath was doing. So this is great. Feet are hips width apart. Lift the toes, place them down. Feet are parallel. Knees are soft. Lift the chest. Breathe in, breathe out. As you inhale, lift the arms up. The palms come together. Look up. As you breathe out, the palms come away from each other. The chest and chin is coming forward. The belly is strong. The knees are bending. And the hands and fingers are coming to the ground. Knees are still bent there. Now as you inhale, you straighten the legs out, the hands come to the shins, look forwards, so the chest is coming forwards as well, straight arms, back legs, and then keep the legs straight, forward bend. Try and make contact with the ground there, look at the toes. Bend the knees a lot. Inhaling, push up through the legs. Strong inhale, hands come together, look up, and exhale, bring the hands down. Breathing in, all the way up, look up, stretch up. Breathing out, bend the knees, hands are coming down to the ground, and the face, looking down, fingertips on the ground. Straighten the legs up, hands on the shins, below the knees. Breathe in, look forwards, chest forwards. Breathing out, straight legs, forward bend, look at the toes. Bend the knees a lot. Inhaling, push up through the legs. Stretch up, inhale. And breathing out, lower the arms down. A couple more of these, breathing in, all the way up. Lift the chest, lift the gaze, breathing out, lead with the chin, knees are bending, fingertips come to the ground. Inhaling, hands on the shins, below the knees. Take the chest forward, shoulders back. Now keep the legs straight, forward bend. Look at the toes. Bend the knees a lot. Now if you lift your eyes here as well as the inhale, push up through the legs, it makes it very easy to come back up. You're really using the whole body. One more. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling. The face is coming forwards, the hands are coming to the ground, fingertips come to the ground. Straighten the legs, arms back. So you're almost pushing off those shins. Exhaling, forward bend. Let's just have a little bit of a moment here in forward bend. So make contact with the ground, whatever you're doing, whether you have blocks or books or cushions, so you're not floating here and trying to reach the ground, or bend the knees as much as you need to. Make contact. And then see if you can just start to lengthen up through the legs. So think about, what I would think about is the chest, or the centre of the chest, the sternum wants to come down to the toes, and the tail wants to lift up to the heavens. Think about these 2 points moving away from each other in space. Keep looking at the toes, not at your knees. You've kind of given up then. The chest wants to see the toes as well. Keep trying, keep breathing deeply. You will find your body will respond with that deep, particularly the out breath. Really let it go to its full extent, because that is where, the out breath is where your parasympathetic nervous system will start to engage. That's the whole part which is about relaxing, which is essential. So we're going to just soften the knees now, because we're going to step back into a downward dog. So we take a big step back with the right foot. Now steady the hands, take a big step back with the left. So at a good distance, not too close, or else this isn't going to be very comfortable. Okay, downward dog. So spread the fingers wide. Make sure the whole of the hand is engaged with the ground. Push back through the hands, looking back at the feet. Don't worry if your heels are lifted, that's not so important. It's more important that your back is nice and long and straight. And then we're just going to come down to the knees and sit back into the heels. We will come back to downward dog. We're just going to take a rest here. We've been very active. But keep bringing your focus of attention to your breath. Notice when your mind is wandering off. Keep the hands there on the ground. Rest the forehead on the ground, or on the back of the hands if that's more comfortable for you. If your bottom is in the air and it's not yet come down to your heels, I say not yet because it will. Over time, you practice every day, you will find this posture will become more comfortable. If there's a lot of space here and you're not finding it comfortable, then put some cushions behind your knees. Make it comfortable for yourself. Widen your knees. Some people find that helps. There isn't a set position for this. It's not one size fits all. We're all different. So find your yoga. And this is where you can just rest a little bit. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Notice, how does my body feel now? How does my body respond to that lovely long out breath? Body just says thank you. And the body softens with that out breath when you lengthen it. Now keep the hands where they are. Again, moving and breathing. All these moving and breathing practices are great, standalone practices. This is a really nice one. So as you inhale, you come up to all fours. And as you exhale, you take the hips forward and open the chest into like a cobra, but the groin stays off the ground. Then the inhale lifts you back up to all fours. Exhaling, sit back into the heels. Take the bottom back into the heels. Inhaling, coming up onto all fours. Spread the fingers wide. Take the shoulders down away from the ears, let the hips go forward. Take the chest in front of the shoulders. Inhale, lift up. So you move in time with your breath. So keep sitting back as long as there's out breath. And when the inhale comes, that's inspiring you to come back to all fours. And then as you breathe out, keep the breath in and out through the nostrils, you come into this back bend, but all the time imagining your chest is coming up to the ceiling. So we're lengthening the spine as well. And you keep going into that back bend as long as there's out breath. When the in breath comes, you lift up again. So you use the breath with your body These are two integrated things, you know, the life force and the body's like the laboratory, you know, where it's just life force is moving with them. And you could imagine, so one way of looking at your body is like a laboratory. Experimenting, testing, trying things, seeing what happens. And the beautiful way of reason for that, the way I like to think of it, is it increases your curiosity, which is key. One more, breathing in. Be curious and interested in yourself, in your body, in your life. Inhaling, exhaling, sit back into the heels, bring your forehead to the ground, just rest there for a moment. If you want to, make a little pillow with your hands, or if you prefer, you can always sweep the arms back into the pose of the child. Relax the shoulders forwards, relax the face and the jaw. Breathe in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. So, we haven't finished with downward dog yet. So take the hands forward once more, if they're not there already. So spread the fingers nice and wide. On the inhale, come up to all fours. So we've got a good position between the hands and the knees. So it's not in this tabletop, it's much, much bigger space. Now tuck the toes under, making sure the knees are about hips width apart, so that when you tuck the toes under, the feet will be hips width apart. And as you exhale, lift the knees off the ground. Have the knees slightly bent to begin with, so you can push back with the hands. And then we're just going to walk the dog. So push the right heel down, bend the left knee, push the left knee down, bend the right knee. Keep breathing into the chest, so you're going to keep your tummy tucked in, lifting up. So you're not breathing into your belly, you're breathing into the chest. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, slight little softness in the elbow. Look back towards your feet, your knees, watch them bending. Enjoy that movement. You can really bend the knee quite a lot and you get a bit of openness in the hip as well. Good. Then you can come back down for a moment, sit back into the heels. Breathing in through the nostrils, sighing out through the mouth. Okay. Good. Come up onto all fours once more. Now we're going to come and try an upward facing dog. That was downward dog. Upward facing dog. There's two ways in. I like to come into it from a downward dog. So we tuck the toes under, come back to where we were, lift the knees up, look back towards the feet. Now to come into up dog, very simple. I look to my hands and look what happens with the body. My chest starts to come forward, my body starts to lower down. And the chest is open. Very important, not letting the shoulders hunch up. Yeah, keep the shoulders down away from the ears. If this feels too strong for you, you can bring your knees to the ground. But I really want to stress the lengthening of the spine. And that might feel strange. How can I lengthen my spine when it's bent? You take the chest forward all the time. Okay? And you can push the heels back. So we get a nice even bend through the back rather than just like, bending it in one place. Actually, that doesn't feel comfortable at all. Imagine the flesh of your thighs is holding onto that thigh bone. Good. So if you want to now, we're going to come into, by inhaling, we lift the bottom and come back into downward dog, breathe out, sink into downward dog. Now at this point, please feel free to rest, come down onto your knees onto the swan. Or if you're feeling like, I've got some energy I really need to engage with, then this is a great one for developing some upper body strength, moving from up dog to down dog. So if you're resting, you can stay there, or you can try this with me. Inhaling, look to the hands, take the hips forwards. Exhaling, sink into up dog. Inhale, lift into down dog, and exhaling, we sink into the posture. So the inhale is moving. Inhale, look forwards. Exhaling, sinking into the posture. So we're moving from one to the other. Inhale. Exhale, sinking into the posture. Inhale, moving. Exhale. Shoulders down away from the ears at all times. Inhale. Exhale. Those of you who are still with me, let's do one more. Inhaling. Exhaling. Making sure you really keep those fingers spread wide, even if the knuckles want to lift. You don't want to let them lift because you'll be hurting your wrists. Okay. So, wherever you are now, if you're in down dog, you can come into a plank, and then you can lower your body down to the ground. Wherever you are though, if you're in a swan or child, you can just walk the hands forward and come onto lying on your belly. Wherever you are, just resting on the front of your body, well-deserved rest. And have some releasing breaths. Breathe in through the nostrils and out through the mouth. Good. You might just want to rock your pelvis side to side just to ease out that back a little bit. Body loves rocking, you know, it's a really nice thing. Just have a little rock there. It's a bit of nurture for yourself. So this looks like we might be doing some back bends. Yes, back bends for happy backs. As always, any bending with the back or twisting requires you to lengthen your spine. So that's where to focus on. Bring the legs together. We're going to have the backs of the hands on the ground and bring your forehead to the ground. Simple back bends. On the inhale, lift your gaze, lift your chin, lift your chest, lift your arms. And the fingers are going back towards your feet. And then lift your feet and as much of your legs off the ground as you can. But keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. Don't hold your breath. Good. And this is the point where you smile. Well, try it. Try smiling, and then if it feels better, you can keep it, and if it doesn't, drop it. And just be grumpy. One more breath in, and then lower down. Rest on the other side of the head. You always have the option, if that feels really uncomfortable, you can rest your forehead on the backs of your hands. So take your choices. Do another one of these, so bring the legs together once again. Slightly different with the arm position. Come onto the forehead, breathe in, lift the chin, lift the chest, lift the arms, lift the legs. Keep breathing in and out the whole time. Every in-breath, see if you can lift a little higher. Now, changing the arm position, I don't have quite enough room. The arms out to the side, like aeroplane, and we're trying to lift as much of the body off the ground as we can whilst keeping breathing in and out. You might be tempted to hold your breath, you know, to use that force. We're not. We're using the breath in and out. And then one more breath in. On the exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale one more time and lower down on the exhale. Rest on the other side of the head. Breathe in deeply. Sigh out through the mouth. Doesn't that feel good? Yeah. I think we can do one more. I was wondering about whether we do one more, but you know what? These are great. Bring the legs together. Bring them forward to the ground. Inhaling, lift the head, chest, arms, legs. Good. Now sweep the arms right to the front, like Superman. And this is where you're flying through the air. You can spread your fingers out, really lifting the body off the ground. Smile. Imagine you're flying through the air. One more breath in. Sweep the arms back on the out breath. Inhaling one more time, lowering the body down, and then this is going to feel great. I can guarantee. Put your hands just under your shoulders, push up onto the hands, and sit back into the heels. Oh, that feels good for my back there. And in this position, just release. What's quite nice as well here, if you want to, this is up to you, making little claws with the fingers, so bring the head to the ground, making little claws and creeping the hands forward just a little bit, just a nice bit of extra release in the backs of the shoulders there. That's an option, but really important to just feel the sitting bones wanting to sink back into the heels. What would be really nice here, if we're doing partner yoga, is someone will be putting a bit of weight onto that back, and that feels fabulous. Good, release, well done. Okay. So we're now going to just come up to all fours, walk the hands forwards, come onto your front of your body again, only as a way to roll onto your back. And it feels good just to be on the back once more. The last few things here, just slowing it all down now. You've worked very hard today. hopefully that has brightened your energy and connected with your energy. Let's just give ourselves a full extension. It's so nice to feel the whole length of the body. Point the toes, bring the arms above the head, extend the fingers away from the toes away from the fingers. Most importantly, engage with your breath. So your breath can really expand your body. So breathing in is just breathing in, fill the body with air, strong inhale. Exhaling, this is where we might want to just expand a little bit more. Without force or strain, it's just with the out breath. So the longer you can make that out breath through the nostrils, the more space your body's going to give you. And then just relax the legs. Arms are just resting easily on the ground, so you might need to widen the arms depending on how open you are on the shoulders. If you're stiff in the shoulders, it might be quite wide. That's okay, as long as they're on the ground somewhere. Breathing in through the nostrils, and as you exhale through the nostrils, lift the arms up. And this is all exhale. The end of the exhale, the arms reach the ground either side of the body. So this is just slowing it all down. Inhale, smooth and steady. Look how slow and steady I'm moving my arms. And they're just going in time with my breath. Don't worry if you are moving a lot quicker than that. That's just where your breath is at the moment. And I think it's really important. I would say it's very difficult, but it's challenging. But this is the real yoga, accepting where you are right now. Accepting who you are right now, how you feel, how your body is. There's real power in that, and it's not easy, because we always want to be somewhere else, feel something different, have something different going on. But we have the power to shift our focus, to change our reality. We have the power to be happy, we have the power to be content within us. And at these challenging times, there is an opportunity to change our vision, to change our perspective, to change our minds. And it takes work, and it takes effort. But I would say there's not much that is worth the effort as much as focusing on your mind and developing that and knowing yourself. Inhale, slowing it down. You might even want to just notice a tiny pause at the end of the inhale as the arms reach the ground, and then the exhale comes. And you might also want to notice at the end of that lovely long exhale, when the hands reach the ground, there is a tiny pause where there's nothing going on, neither inhale or exhale. I just want to rest into that now. So next time you find your arms either side of the body, just let them rest there, let them stop. And just feel your body on the ground. And what's going to feel good is bending your knees and hugging your knees. I'm quite into what feels good in the body. And although we might think that, lolling around feels good, after a while it doesn't. When move the body, engage with the breath. Sometimes we have to make effort to actually do that, but it's always worth it. It's always worth it if we pay attention and take care of ourselves. Apanasana, so again, moving and breathing. I'm a big fan of this. As you inhale, you take the knees away, holding onto the fronts of the knees. And as you exhale, squeezing the breath out, squeezing the knees into your body, and lift your head. Try and make your knees move to nose towards your knees, and knees towards your nose. Notice how my tail is coming off the floor as well. Inhaling, flattening the back, bringing the head back down, taking the knees away, making space for the breath. Exhaling, squeezing the knees into the body. Make yourself as small as possible. And you can do this with your eyes closed if you want to. That's quite nice, to focus inwards, to take that, remove that very distracting sense, the visual sense. Take it inwards. Notice how you feel. Notice your breath. You can imagine the shape of your spine, how you are changing the shape of your spine. It's going flat as you inhale, feeling the support of the ground, and as you exhale, you're really curving that spine up. We're creating space, we're creating suppleness and strength in that spinal column. Those of you who want to, as you inhale, you can start to take the legs away, take the arms above the head. Only take the legs away as far as your abdominals will allow you. If you can keep your back glued to the ground and have your legs extended, please do, but otherwise you don't need to take them very far away. Arms above the head. Exhaling, draw the knees in, draw the head up. Moving and breathing. And I love this because it just feels like expansion and then breathing out, contraction. Try and keep the movement smooth and steady. It's not so easy, but move within your range. Don't go into shaking, or if your breath is getting too short, then just minimise it. Don't compromise the quality of what you're doing because you think you need to get somewhere. There's a big lesson in that, okay? So whatever we do on the mat will translate into our life. So let's try and practice on the mat what we want to start to develop in our life. Expansion and contraction is the way of everything in the universe. From the microscopic to the universe itself, expanding and contracting. And so many different time scales as well. Expanding and contracting. One more. Make that movement as big or as small as you want to. Inhaling, slowly exhaling, squeezing all the air out, making yourself as small as possible. And then place the soles of the feet on the ground, slide the legs away, give yourself a full expansion, but just in a nice easy way. You might even just want to stretch out your legs, stretch out your arms in this lovely star shape, and just feel your body nice and easy, supported by the ground. Maybe just taking each limb in turn to extend away from your centre. Imagine the centre being the belly button. Yeah, just enjoy that movement like a starfish on the ground. Good. And then just bend the knees and hug the knees. Good. Okay. Couple more things. Just place the soles of the feet on the ground, close to the buttocks. Again, working with the spine. Making sure that there's space between the knees, so space, hips width between the feet, and the feet are parallel, close to the buttocks as you can. So really draw them in, creep them in. Palms flat down either side. And as you breathe in, you're just going to start to draw up the pelvic floor and lift the hips off the ground. Try and lift as much of your body off the ground. Try and make sure your thighs are really strong so the knees aren't coming outwards or they're not splaying inwards or rocking inwards. Strong thighs. Push into the feet, push into the hands. Rolling down the spine on the exhale. Keep strong in the thighs, almost as if you're holding a ball. You could put a ball or you could put a block or a cushion between your knees to keep that space even. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep the chin tucked in tight to the chest all the time. Inhaling, pushing into the feet, pushing into the hands. Draw up the pelvic floor, the Buddha Bandha. And rolling down. You're trying to get as much of your back off the ground as possible, and also thinking about the front of the body opening up. One more. Inhaling. And exhaling, rolling down from the top of the spine, down through the back. And then hugging the knees. One more time. And just rock gently side to side on your lower back. You might want to draw a big circle, that feels really nice and easeful. I just put my hand one on top of each kneecap. Breathing in, take the knees away from you. Breathing out, draw the knees in. Drawing a big circle, not just with your knees together, but also you're drawing a circle on the ground with your back. You can go one way, then you might want to change direction. Inhaling as the knees come away from you, exhaling as you draw the knees in. Keep your breath in and out through the nostrils. Really see if you can extend the out breath. This is one of the most important pieces of information, to extend the out breath. This is key. So keep breathing out beyond the point where you think you've breathed out. Drawing the belly button back, squeezing the breath out. And let's just finish there. So, I've just got one more thing. In fact, I'm going to invite you in the relaxation now to have your legs either up the wall. So if you have a space where you can easily, let's imagine this is a wall here. If you can find a space where you can get your bottom against the wall, the way I do it is to get the side of my bottom against the wall and then turn around and then get my legs up against the wall. This isn't any good, this is a chair, but if this was a wall, that's what I would do. And you could even lie on your bed or lie on the sofa doing that. Otherwise, if you have a chair or if you have a sofa near you, just get your legs up and place them on the chair. You might find you don't want to move much after you've done this. As soon as I do this I think, oh, why didn't I do this more? It feels great. Just take, literally, it's putting your feet up, taking the weight off. If you feel a bit cooler, just put a blanket over yourself or put the socks back on. Just take a moment here just to adjust and get your legs in a nice position either up against the wall. And you can either have the hands out to the sides with the palms facing up, or what's nice, actually very restful, place your hands on whatever part of the body feels it needs that. Sometimes it's the hips there, the pelvis, giving it a bit of weight, or on the belly, on the heart and the belly. Just place your hands on your body if you want to, wherever it feels like you really need it. Your body will know what it needs. You just have to listen. Back of the neck is nice and long on the ground. If you find the position of your neck means that your chin is going up, then you need to put your head on a cushion. But you know, if you want to put your head on a cushion or a block, you can here. But not so your head is thrust forward either. You want to try and keep this neck in line with the spine. So close your eyes wherever you are now. Breathe in through the nostrils. And sigh out through the mouth. Let it all go. Whatever is going on in your life right now, whatever is going on in your mind, even more accurately, just let it sit to one side at the moment. It's fine, it's going to be there for you afterwards. And try and give the fullness of your attention to this moment, right here together, to your breath, to your body. And just taking your attention around your body, eyes closed, focusing on your body, feeling your body in the shape it's in, noticing the energy that's in your body. Where is that kind of in your body, and how does it feel? Is there a liveliness in any part of the body, or aching, or tiredness, or numbness? So taking your attention around your body and noticing the different sensations, acknowledging them, without trying to change or do anything to the body. All the while the breath is coming in and out through the nostrils, softly and gently. You can feel the belly rising and falling. And for this moment right now, for this couple of minutes, just allow yourself to be at peace. Just rest into that tranquility. Right now, you are safe, comfortable, warm, supported, protected. Right now, you are okay. Allow yourself just to feel how that feels. Give yourself permission to feel okay. Breath coming in and breath going out. Breath coming in and breath going out. Simply watch and be. Be here now. So feel free stay where you are as long as you want. Or you can start to just come away from that chair or wall and find your way comfortably back to seated. Whatever you want to do, just come back. If you want to come back to seated, just rocking the body, feeling a sense of yourself, this body, this life, energy. And let's close by chanting the mantra Om together. And you can do that lying down. If you want to stay lying down, it feels great to chant Om lying down. So just to prepare our breath, breathe in through the nostrils and sigh out through the mouth. Now we're going to do a nice, loud, long Om. So when you do this, you need to relax the jaw, let your sound out. Let all the neighbours hear you, making a big, beautiful, universal sound. Close your eyes, breathing in. Namaste. Thank you. I bow down to you as my students here in this space. Allowing me to be here with you is just golden. Thank you so much, and it's lovely to see so many familiar names coming up, and I hope you're all well. Take care of yourselves. Still share this with your friends. There's lots of new things coming up this week, so join me, or you can watch afterwards, and your donations, if you can, are really welcome. They help me to keep this service active and alive. So, bye-bye. Thank you.